Welcome back to Mimi's Organic Eats. Today we're making chocolate pound cake with rich chocolate ganache frosting. This is the ultimate chocolate lover's cake, and it's quick and easy and just made in a 1-pound loaf pan. This was a popular menu item at my bake shop, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So let me show you how to make it. So first we're going to add 113 grams of dark chocolate into a heat-proof bowl. So I'm using my favorite organic mini dark chocolate chips that you guys know I use for everything, and especially when melting chocolate. These chocolate chips have no stabilizers in them, so they are perfect for melting chocolate. And they're also mini, so you don't have to chop them and they melt super easily, which is why I love using them. I'll link them in the description if you guys want to check them out. But if you guys don't have mini dark chocolate chips, you can also use a dark chocolate bar. You just want to make sure that you're chopping it into small pieces. And if you're going to use regular chocolate chips, you want to make sure that there's no stabilizers in them. Stabilizers are ingredients like soy lecithin and sunflower lecithin. These ingredients are actually put into regular chocolate chips to help prevent them from melting, so they're not ideal to use whenever you're trying to melt chocolate. So next we're going to add in half a cup of heavy whipping cream. Now I'm just going to melt this in the microwave doing 30-second intervals, stirring between each one until the chocolate and cream are completely combined. So once the chocolate and cream are completely combined and there's no chunks of chocolate, then we're just going to let this sit out at room temperature for about 1 to 2 hours or until the cake is ready to be frosted. This is why I like to make the chocolate ganache first. This way, by the time the cake is done cooling and ready to be frosted, this is going to be ready to use. And now if you guys want to prep this chocolate ganache the day before, you can totally do that. Just go ahead and put some plastic wrap over it and stick it in the fridge overnight. And then you may want to whip it up with like a stand mixer or hand mixer if you want it nice and fluffy before frosting your cake. So now it's time to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. So first we're adding 113 grams of softened butter to our stand mixer. Now I'm using my stand mixer today for ease, but if you guys prefer to use a hand mixer, you can totally do that as well. Next we're adding in 340 grams of cane sugar. And then 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Pound cake has so few ingredients, and so these ingredients that we're using really matter, guys, and so you want to use the best quality ingredients that you can use, especially because you're going to get the best taste. You guys want to use a sweet cream butter and not like a cultured butter, because the cultured butter is going to have more tang versus the sweet cream is going to be really mild and it's going to pair really well with the chocolate. And now we're going to mix this on low until combined and there's no butter chunks. Next, we're going to add in 3 large eggs. Next, we're going to add in half a cup of milk. And you guys want to make sure you're using whole milk. Then we're going to mix on low to combine the eggs and the milk. And then you want to make sure you scrape down the sides of the bowl. Sugar can get stuck easily, especially when using your stand mixer, so you want to make sure we get all that mixed in well. So last, we're going to add in our dry ingredients. So I have 189 grams of cake flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in this bowl, and then I have 28 grams of sifted Dutch cocoa powder. And now I always use my homemade cake flour for this recipe. I'll link that in the description for you guys. But it's super important to use cake flour when making pound cake. This is because there's no leavening in pound cake, and so the cake is already dense itself, but we still want it to have a tender crumb. That's why we want to have the lower protein content of cake flour versus all-purpose flour. So now we're just going to add in our dry ingredients. And now we're going to mix on low until combined into a smooth cake batter. And we want to keep our spatula ready because we want to make sure we scrape down the sides of the bowl partway through mixing. This is going to ensure that all those butter chunks get mixed up well. We want to have a really smooth and cohesive cake batter. This is going to prevent the pound cake from being dry. So now we're going to transfer it to a 1-pound loaf pan. And now depending on what kind of loaf pan you're using, you may want to line it with parchment paper, or you may just want to grease it well. If you're using an aluminum loaf pan, then I recommend lining it with parchment paper. But if you're using like a non-stick ceramic, then I recommend just greasing it well. In some of the really good ones, you don't even need to grease it. So today I'm testing out the Our Place non-toxic loaf pan. Today I'm using my Our Place loaf pan, and I actually haven't baked with this yet, and I'm super excited to do it. but I don't know how it bakes yet, so I'm going to be safe and spray a little bit of avocado oil cooking spray in here. Now we're going to bake this at 350 degrees for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. If you guys don't have a toothpick, you know I'm going to say use a chopstick, use a butter knife, just test to make sure that your cake is done. So I like to whisk up the chocolate ganache just a little bit, and it's thickened up just perfectly. Let's see how the arc-place loaf pan removes this cake. That went perfectly. And look at this chocolate pound cake. It is so cute. Now we're just going to take this chocolate ganache and spread it right on top of the pound cake. And now this chocolate pound cake with chocolate frosting is ready to enjoy. I like to cut this into 8 slices. Make sure you store this in an airtight container in the fridge because of the chocolate ganache. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and leave a comment below. And if you want more bakery-style cake recipes just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join me next time in the kitchen.